Hey everybody, welcome back to Upper Taconic Mining. Today we're doing part 2 on the sluice California highbanker. I don't know if I can focus in on that. Like I said, I'm still pretty new at this. So we got it all hooked up. As you can see, there's the little power plant that I had made. I had talked about this in the other video, but we'll get to make one of these in one of our videos coming up on how to make a little power plant for yourself. So basically, we're just going to reach over. I'm going to put this on low power. Here it comes. Here comes the water. All right. So one of the things that you're going to see is how this water gets shot up into this corner right here and then kind of makes a turn right here. I don't know if I can get it going a little faster so you can see it. Okay, you can see the big swirl as it gets up into that corner right here. Okay. That water comes right down through, skips over that plate, and right down through. This is what I was trying to explain to you the other day on the first video. So I don't really like that water loss, but you know, when you throw a big pile of sand in there, I think it's going to curb it. But I did run this earlier and it did not. That still ran pretty heavy through there. So let's come around to this side. So the skip tray, sluice box, whatever you want to call it, working all good. It's got good riffle movements. I do like that. Okay, so I'm going to be honest with you. I am not a drop riffle sluice fan. I am old school. I run my own mats. I don't care what other people run. I run my own mats because I've scratched around in these brooks for over 40 years. I know what works in some places and what doesn't. And like I said, my geologist friend, Jeffrey Slade, that I've studied under for over a decade now, and I agree that drop riffle sluices don't work in heavy iron material. But they do work, and we're going to throw some sand up in this highbanker. Now remember on the first video, we talked about strengthening stuff up. I put a pin in there, and I changed out the lower half with a piece of angle iron. And then I bolted it to the skip tray right here. That tray is going to go right out. Same thing here, major water loss. I can leave the thing there. You see how much water is trickling down. Like I said, don't care for that. They do have a carburetor hood right here where the material drops down in and goes in. I really like how level the flow is. The spray bars, this kind of cool system that they have where it sprays right up into the corner and makes an S. That's kind of cool. And I did bungee it down because even after putting that pin in across here that I just showed you, I put some material in and lo and behold, it kicked off. Or got cockeyed, I should say. It didn't kick off because the pin held it. So I did put the bungee cord on. Now it's good and strong. I'm very happy with it. The other thing that's really good too is you can adjust your angle because there's the old way, you know, which way that you want to be. You don't want to be flat. You want it to be drucken. So that's what these are for on both sides. Everything can be adjusted, so I do like that. So you can get a different pitch on this. Not too impressed with how high up this goes. I think it just needs some tweaking, but hey, it's not a bad little highbanker. So we're going to put a thing of sand in here. Get up here so you can see it. Okay. Rolls the material right down, washed it right out very good and quickly. I mean, you see how quickly that did that. So I'm just going to throw some more sand in there. This is how quickly this chews through sand. Look at that, gone. History. Now I'm going to slow this pump down just a little bit because I've got it running pretty fast. I'm going to bring this down to 70%. Okay, I'm just going to slow it down a bit. Now I know the rocks did get hung up here, and everybody that's ever run a highbanker will say now and again you got to clean them. You got to clean them, I'm sorry. So no big deal. So we're going to put another scoop of sand in here. Now this sand is play sand. And yes, there is gold in it. It's pretty interesting, there is. And they say the closer you live to like Arizona or places like that, the better the gold is. I've never found any in it, but it's kind of fun to run it so you can get the fundamentals on how this stuff's going to run. Okay, so I slowed it down some so you noticed how it doesn't wash it that heavy. And I'm pretty happy with that with sand. I don't think you should be running at full tilt with sand. Let's just put some more in. I mean, I guess you could, but your fines are going to be where your money is in your ultra fines. I'll take a 5-gallon bucket of fines before a 5-gallon bucket of nuggets. We'll see who makes out. I just saw some rocks down here tumble down, so I know this is working good. I just added these so it wouldn't get into my water. So, I mean, this is another cool feature right here. Coming right across right here. They cut this in so it shoots sideways up into that corner and makes that round, I guess you'd want to call it a vortex or whatever. So let's get down a little bit closer, see if we can try to get focused. I mean, I'm sorry guys, I'm still new to this, so bear with me. You can kind of see the stuff rolling in there. That's what drop riffles do. So all the heavies are getting trapped down in there. I don't see any nuggets. I don't even see a fleck of gold. So like I said, I mean, we're just using it to show everybody how this works. Like I said, you can put sand in there pretty darn fast just on slow. Choose right away. You just heard the rocks tumble a little bit there. You can kind of see the rocks tumbling down out. Let's see if we can get a rock coming down through. So the water is still over in that corner. Remember how I've complained about that since we started the review? And it's still running like crazy. And it still does, even though you put dirt in there. It slows down. Look at this. It picks right back up again, and here it comes. It starts a river down to there. So, I mean, their system, excuse me again for the cars, but their system, the way that it washes away and swings around, I really like it. I don't think it's a horrible machine. It had a couple of things you have to modify, which you shouldn't for, you know, paying over $300 for it. But the California sluice box from Geo Sluice, I'm going to give them a rating of, how about we give them a B+. I think they should definitely give us a tray, a blank tray, so we can make our own mats if we need to. They should sell it separate because I'd buy one right now. But this is what's going to happen to this system. We'll see how quickly this thing shuts right off. Water's drained out. You're not running no gasoline engine to catch people's attention. Now, the other thing is, too, this is motorized, so this cannot be in Vermont state waters. You have to hand pan. Supposedly last year in the legislation, they were trying to put through to get us guys to be able to use sluices. That would be great if they kept working on that. I don't believe in dredges, even though I am a miner. I don't believe that they should be used in the state of Vermont whatsoever, but I don't believe a sluice box is that big of a deal. Charge us a permit, you know, because it's the only way to get the state's attention is to make it worth their while money-wise. So I don't see why a $50 permit or something like that for us to use a sluice box in the state of Vermont would be much of an issue. But I guess we all have to band together and get that straightened out, right? So all in all, you know, I'm going to give it to B, the B+. Very good, very adjustable. A few things we had to do. Not the end of the world. Price-wise, this is a very, very good kit to have if you're going to run one of these. Having this variable switch on there, like I said, you can see the water differentials. How quickly, hear it? That's the electric motor going at full tilt. I mean, imagine how much that'll wash if you want to use this. So I bought this in conjunction with something I've been working on. And I've been working on a wash plant for a while. So Check it out. It's a trommel, spinning trommel. And I'm going to incorporate this with that. So stay tuned on my wash plant build. And the reason why I'm going to building a wash plant is because I'm buying some gravels that I do believe have gold in it. And I'm buying it by the load and brought to my home. So I can run any type of equipment as long as it's self-contained in my driveway. So that's going to be our little Vermont Gold Rush thing. We're going to run some material, and I've had a lot of people ask me if there was a way they could come up and test their property because everybody supposedly has a gold mine on it. So, hey, if you got a portable piece of machinery that's self-contained, I can go anywhere I want or help anybody in their gravel pits. So this is our next little project, is building this. I built a little trailer for it. Little tilt trailer right here. Poop, it'll tilt up. That way I can get rid of the sediment or water so it don't hurt my back. Remember, I said I had surgery and that wasn't fun. So this is going to be incorporated. I'm going to try to do a zigzag sluice. Okay, so the water is going to come down through here, drop down into here and head this way. I want that ultra fine gold. And working over here in the Taconics, that's all we deal with is ultra fine gold. Very ultra fine. So that's why I have my own confidence in my own mats that I build.